Hello guys, and welcome to a new vlog. A new behind the scenes of what is Stephanie Ann designing today. Also, disclaimer for anyone who hasn't been here before, I'm a mom. I don't ever really get ready, so I'm gonna look haggard in most of my videos, and like, it's gonna be fine because all that matters is what am I doing. We've got a pile of stuff. I have a lot of stuff going on. I gotta clear this table to start off fresh. I have printed a pattern that I want to test out. I'm pretty confident with the pattern because I did make it from a bodice block because really it was all about the neckline and the seam. Hopefully everything is fine. On that note, I kind of want to use this material because it's so pretty. Like, how pretty is this? It's a curtain. It smells really good. I think I must have washed it or something. I don't know. And then today I got so lucky and I'm very excited, but I found this at Goodwill, which is like, I mean, that's pretty close if you ask me, especially since I went based off of memory. Saw this bed sheet and I was like, this is perfect. This can line the curtain. So most of my test pieces I do, which lately every dress is a test piece, they were made using thrifted materials, so it's just my thing. Also, I'm really excited because this Sunday someone who contacted me recently, they know someone who's getting rid of a lot of their sewing materials and they wanted to donate it. So then this person from my church thought of me and was just like, would you like that? And I was like, freaking yeah, I would. Right away I was like, I'll take it. Thrifting is great, fun, still costs money, but you know, it's cheap usually, kind of, depends. But free, I mean, that really helps because you never know what fabrics are going to be offered and what's super useful. Today we are going to make a dress. The next design I'm working on is, ignore the colors, I didn't have the colors I wanted in coloring pencils. This is like the rough sketch. That's kind of like the bodice type, so we're going to try that out. There's like an applique that I drew really horribly on there. The waves doesn't make sense. I was scribbling. I'm not very good at sketching, okay? Let's just pretend that you never saw that. I want to try that bodice because skirts are a lot easier to figure out on the go, and we're trying to get the bodice like the way I want it. We're gonna put it off to the side. We're just clearing the way. Like, look what's going on here. A lot that's going on. I just have fabrics that are out and about and I need to put them away. First things first is I get my pattern and then I line up everything that needs to be cut. So that would be the lining, the outer material. I'm actually gonna be doing this as lining and the material that goes under it. So on the bodice, I actually need 2 layers of this and then 1 layer of the special fabric. Let's get started. So I just put this up to kind of give me an overall vibe here, but my husband ruined the video. About to go to bed, but that's pretty much what we're looking at, and I'm thinking this kind of like a flower is looking cool. And then the back, if you just imagine, because I'm just using random strings, but the strap, which will match eventually, will go like that, and then has this super low back, and then this will be attached to the skirt. I think it's looking cool. We'll see what happens when it's all put together. Weirdo. It is day 2. Right now, I'm on the bodice and I forgot to mark where the bodice starts to separate and I sewed it a little too far up. I was ripping seams And now I'm going to cut a notch just so I remember where exactly it should be separated at. And I also have already, you know, ripped those seams, but what I'm going to do is sew something to that point so that it is tight on there and not ripping off. And then after we do that, I'm going to sew these all the way up. I'm going to cut little slits so that they don't bunch up like that and go all crooked and whatnot. Then we're going to put boning in it, which I wasn't sure if I should do boning or not. I feel like it's just the type of dress that should be structured. It's just always questionable for me whether I should run it up a curved seam, but it can technically curve. It's flexible boning. So we're going to turn on the iron and we're going to iron the lining piece here, iron all the seams open and make it just flat and nice. And then we're going to line it up with the bodice. And after that, all we have to do is cut out the skirt and line that all up. I don't think I have a zipper that is this color. Well, I know I don't have a zipper, most likely. That's this color. Almost done with sewing the bodice together. It's just been really fun and therapeutic in a way. Okay, we sewed it on. I'm pretty stoked about it. I finally cut the slits. It's looking great. The only thing is, see that? I forgot to tighten that thread before I sewed on the lining and everything, so it's like pulling at it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in there, turn it back inside out. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna like hand stitch it. Also, I have to put the straps in. I have to make them. I left it open on top, so I can still do that. The strap should be enough for two. Seems pretty stretchy. We're gonna loop turn this. I've had some really bad luck in the past. I never really did it on the bias though. That was probably part of the reason. Another part was the fabrics I would use at the time weren't the friendliest. Look at that. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I'll stop. That's how it's done. We've got some beautiful spaghetti. Why do I keep saying beautiful? Lovely spaghetti straps. For some reason, I just love making spaghetti straps. It's that one thing in sewing where you're like, oh my gosh, you just think they come like that. But anyway, what I do is I stick it on this and just feed it through. Like that. Then I can pin it if I want to be extra secure that it won't fall out. And then I just sew it on. At the seam allowance, which is at 1 centimeter. That's that. Yay! And then we're gonna do other side. Feed it through. Why is that funny to me? It just pops out of nowhere. That should do it. Another thing I have to do is cut the corners here. Cut the bulk off. There we go. We did it. Woohoo! Yes. Because I already sewed in that, I'm gonna have to rip that seam open. I always forget straps. I just sew straight on. So I know where it goes because I'm lining it up with this seam right here. So the reason why I probably at this point don't have any tutorials is because I feel like I'm still relying on tutorials to figure out things. I don't necessarily watch them anymore, but on some occasions I will when I need to know something. I just feel like I'm not at that point. What I was wanting to do, and that's what I like the most. But what I'm worried about is this being pulled that way. So I'm thinking, since it doesn't have structure, I'm just wondering if it's going to be a good idea. Anyway, I'm gonna figure it out and we'll see what I come up with. I am a little bummed that I didn't get to do the crisscross. I kind of don't mind just having like a completely open back. So now I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do the skirt. I've come up with a plan. and I'm like really stoked about it. I don't know why I was just so set on a long skirt. I mean, yes, I do love the long skirts because it's cold right now, and if I shoot them now I would want long skirts, but I have plenty of time to make another long skirt dress. I've decided that I'm actually going to do a short skirt. It's going to be super gathered, and it's going to be 2 tiers, so the first initial skirt plus a bottom ruffle. It's going to be a lot of hemming on the bottom. That's okay, it's worth it. Know how the calculations got off. It's just way bigger. I might just go like this and just cut off the excess. Sewing machine is doing this weird thing, so I reset it, but it's 12:30 something a.m. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of fabric. So this is the ruffle, the bottom ruffle. Oh, my camera's dying. Okay, the end of the night anyway. I'm just trying to sew this piece on. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh, I was sewing nothing for 10 years just now. Welcome to a new day. We are getting the skirt going, and that's pretty much it, and a zipper. I should have grabbed a zipper today because my friend, we were hanging out, and she was like, do you need to go anywhere? And it was literally so close to Joanne or something. I could have just gone in there and got the right zipper, but I didn't. Worst comes to worst, I don't have a zipper. What's new? I wanted to share a little technique for anyone who is gathering, because I usually do this holding it, but I actually managed to wrap it around something heavy, which is my dress form. When you have it gathered like that, when you hold it out like this at an angle, you can actually just pull nicely, but you can pull on the fabric like this at an angle. Like I said, I usually do it holding it, but it actually just like nicely gathers it. And then what I do is I wrap that up. So I'm attaching the gathered piece to the lining material. I'm just burning up in this thing. I think I'm gonna use clips to do this. But I tested it on the dress form, like the poofiness, and I'm so excited. Check this out. It looks funny. It's missing the second tier. I kind of want to do something like that eventually. Not completely vibing with it, but I think it's funny. This is just the first tier of the skirt. I decided to gather the bottom tier with my gathering foot on my serger. I was nervous, but I did a test piece and it's actually lined up and did really well. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm nervous but excited. Okay, here we go. All right, gotta figure this out first. How's it looking? OMG, so we had a little bit of extra, but not too much, so it was almost perfect, the amount, because I doubled it. There's probably some spots that didn't gather as much. I might have to go in for some little details, but like, I want this dress in my size. Okay, I'm so excited. This is looking really, really good. I did serge it, so that means underneath it is white serge thread. It's the only color I have. Okay, white or black. Glad I went with white. I'm just obsessed. So the next step is to hem this. This is looking really good. I'm acting crazy, but like, I just love skirts like this, and I don't know why it's taking me forever to make one. Oh my gosh, I could literally make this a million times. Not really, it's a lot of work, but the gathering foot really saved me a butt ton of time. You can picture what it should look like. Like, oh, I've been doing this for a year, and I'm to this point where when I see something that looks pretty and I'm excited about it, I go nuts. Like, I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, I know this is silly, but I literally cannot wait to attach this skirt. Sorry, I'm just like, I don't know how to explain how I feel right now. I'm so thankful for this skill that I have been able to learn, and I'm so thankful for the space that I have and the people that have enjoyed what I make. I have really high hopes for this. This dress is just floof. I need to continue Here's my favorite part. Yes, girl. Yes. Update, dress is on the floor. So we've got a rolled hem foot. We've got some test fabric over here. This is how I do it. I roll it myself and then I stick it under the rolled hem foot. I put down the needle and then I roll it into the presser foot just like that. We're gonna see if I could just line it up like this. I might need it to go over a tad. Just a tad more. Okay, that one looks really good. It's gonna look like that. Well, it's time.